There are 8 billion people on the planet today. 8 billion. 8 billion minds, 8 billion voices, 8 billion people who complain about the same things every day.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day.
Corrupt leaders.
Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Greedy corporations. Wars nobody asked for. A system that somehow always benefits the same small circle of people. Different countries, different languages, same complaints. And yet somehow the system keeps running like nothing is wrong. Which brings me to a question I don't hear people ask often enough or at all. If billions of people know something is broken, why haven't we done anything about it? And I don't mean tweeting or posting angry comments on a YouTube section. I mean actually deciding, like collectively, that, let's end this.
Are you okay? Stop.
Because if the stories are true, that there are powerful elites that control everything, then the math becomes hilarious. How can a few thousand people control 8 billion people? That is not domination. We are actively participating in this. Because power only exists when the majority agrees to obey it. You can put a crown on a king, but if nobody kneels, he's just a man wearing a hat. And history loves talking about revolutions, empires falling, kings getting overthrown, government collapses. But the structure itself, the structure of power, it survives each and every time. It's like some sort of cosmic game that just reloads the next level. Different rulers, same system, new faces, same throne. It's almost like power doesn't disappear. It just changes outfits. If you pay attention long enough, you start noticing something uncomfortable. We've been complaining about being in a cage or, simulation, whatever. But we rarely walk out when the door opens because freedom sounds beautiful in theory until you realize what freedom actually means. No system, no government, no bosses, no banks, no massive cities glowing with lights at night, just land, water, food, and the people. And that's the way we pretty much lived for most of our existence before we convinced ourselves the planet needs skyscrapers and quarterly profits. Another part nobody likes to say out loud: the planet never really asked us to do any of this. Forests were not begging for highways, oceans are not asking for cargo ships, the mountain never demanded luxury apartments. Nature was just doing fine before we decided to manage reality. Animals still pretty much live the way they were designed to. They don't have mortgages, taxes. There are no billionaires in the animal kingdom. But us, we built a system so complicated that we act like it's a force of nature. Here's the psychological twist no one likes thinking about. Because if the system isn't holding us hostage, what if humanity is actually emotionally attached to the cage, if you get me? Because stepping outside the system would mean something terrifying, like responsibility, real responsibility. No one telling you where to go, no one telling you what success looks like, no one telling you what your life is supposed to be, just you and existence. And that kind of freedom is heavy because suddenly you can't blame it on the system anymore. You can't blame politicians, billionaires, secret societies, shadow governments. You'd actually have to confront the possibility that humanity itself built this machine. And if that's true, then the problem isn't the people at the top. The problem might be something much deeper: human nature. Because power structures appear in every civilization, every empire, every society.
I am not suicidal. Okay.
Different flags, same hierarchy. Different leaders, same game. So maybe the real mystery isn't why revolutions fail. Maybe the real mystery is why humans keep rebuilding the same structure every single time.
Because we want to be sedated.
It's almost like we are addicted to it. Like chaos makes us feel uncomfortable, and hierarchy gives us a psychological stability, some sort of it. Which raises an even darker question. What if we actually don't want freedom? We just want better masters. Think about that.
We do this not because Hunger Games books makes us happy, but because we want to be sedated. Because it's painful not to pretend. Because we're cowards. Fuck society.
Because if we truly decided that the system was over, it would end overnight. 8 billion people could simply stop playing the game, stop feeding the machine, stop believing in the illusion, and the entire structure would collapse in a week. But that never happens. Instead, we complain about the cage while decorating it, complain about the system while logging in every morning, complain about power while constantly handing it to someone else. So maybe the scariest possibility isn't that the world is secretly controlled, but that humanity is exactly where it always ends up, inside a system it built itself, complaining about rules it created, waiting for someone else to fix a machine that billions of hands are turning every single day. And if that's true, the question isn't why the system exists. The real question is much more uncomfortable. If the cage door opened tomorrow, would we even know how to live outside of it? Or would we panic and start building another cage?